Hello humans, it's just Martine and welcome to the start of another reading vlog. I was like, I'm gonna take a bit of a break from vlogging after Squash That series because Squash That series was a little intense. I was like, okay, I'll just read enough for like a recent reads video and then we can maybe go back to vlogging. And then that happened a lot faster than I thought. So here we are, it's November 1st. We're vlogging. It's Tuesday night. I'm in the middle of lots of books. I'll tell you about some of them once I finish them. Goals for tonight is to make some more progress in The Moon and the Other. And very excitingly, today I started The Charm Offensive. That's the audiobook I'm listening to right now. I'm 20% of the way in. I'm loving it so much. Lots of exciting books to talk about this week. I'll fill you in when I make some progress. Happy Wednesday. Last night, I finished The Moon and the Other by John Kessel, which I'm giving 3.5 stars. This was overall a really enjoyable read, and in spite of its chunkiness, quite a fly through. Like, it did take a while because it was like 600 pages, but compared to other 600-page books, it read really quickly. This is a sci-fi book set on the moon, basically surrounding this one society of cousins, which is a matriarchy on the moon. There are different societies on the moon, and the Society of Cousins is just one of them. And we also follow a character who was exiled from the Society of Cousins and now lives in one of the other societies. And largely this is looking at the Society of Cousins and like, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Because the idea of the Society of Cousins is that when men were in charge of things, everything was a mess and full of war and violence and all this stuff. So they were like, women are going to be in charge now. And in the process of that, they kind of disenfranchised men. So I think this definitely had lots of interesting things to say about gender, and not just gender, but like power in general. But at the same time, it wasn't as cohesive as they would have liked it to be, and I don't think the message was as clear as they would have liked it to be. I also think the Society of Cousins made this weird from a gender perspective, not because of it like inherently, but because they viewed things as so binary, and I think that left out a lot of room for discussion. There were discussions about gender non-conforming individuals, but I think the way that the Society of Cousins was built in this made those like less impactful moments or conversations than I think they could have been. All in all, like, I just wanted a bit more from this, but overall it was like a really fun time, and I'm glad that I read it. Now I have to go take an exam. I'm here in the staircase to sleep. I'm a little over halfway through The Charm Offensive, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about it because I'm losing my mind over this book so much. There's just so much I love about this book. I already thought the premise was good, right? You have the producer on a show like The Bachelor, and then you have the Bachelor. They basically are supposed to fall for each other instead of the Bachelor falling for one of the girls he's supposed to be falling for. So I already love that premise. Then you add in the mental health representation and the deeper conversations about identity and sexuality that I totally wasn't expecting, and the representation that I can particularly appreciate that I absolutely was not expecting, and I'm losing my mind. I don't necessarily want to spoil some of those conversations because I think the way that it comes up in the story is really natural and special to read about, but oftentimes I'll be reading a character and I'm like, do they have this thing in common with me? Like, they're describing something that I have felt before, something that I relate to. Does that mean they are like me in some way? And then the author will detour and make that not the case, and it's always really disappointing because they had this opportunity and they chose something else with it. So for it not to swerve off and instead like continue on, which I feel very fortunate to have felt at least one other time this semester in my reading, where I was reading a book and I was like, is this? Yeah, okay. Like, it's not exactly my experience or anything, but there are some feelings they're talking about that I find really relatable, not just in identity, but also in like mental health. And it's so special to read a book where you feel seen because you especially root for the characters. And if the characters have a happy ending, it makes you believe you can have a happy ending and that you will find joy in life, not just in romantic relationships, but like in all aspects of your life. So it's just, oh, it's so cute and fun and deeper than I was expecting it to be, which is always such a pleasant surprise to me because I really like getting characters on an emotional level, just like I prefer getting people on an emotional level. Like growing up as a twin, the person I was around from before day one, I knew at a very deep level. And so when I don't know people at a deep level, it's just, it doesn't heal my heart. It doesn't make me glow inside the way that like getting somebody on a deep and emotional level does. And so to get characters that I really emotionally connect with is just like, it's why I read, right? Is to find characters like this and stories like this that are making me feel this way. I'm hoping the ending is going to be incredible, but the beginning has absolutely been so good. It's made it a good day. Also, I think my exam went well. Knock on wood. That was metal, okay? But, so, all in all, things are good. I'm just waiting for my meeting with my major professor. Oh, there's snowflakes now. Cute. That's where I'm at. Here's the thing. I just finished the Charm Offensive. Just finished the Charm Offensive. Gave it 5 stars. So many kinds of representation in here. So many of them. Pretty much all of them. Unexpected. I was imagining this to be a very simple thing, and it was not. And this author used the chance and the idea that she had to make this book what it could be. And I thank her for that. This was so good. I feel seen. I feel happy. I cared about these characters so much, and that's what I need to love a book. And I had that, and I loved this book. And it was sweet and funny and smart all at the same time. I loved it. I love Dave and Charlie so much. Who am I kidding? I always love a queer romance with the main character named Charlie. It's Friday morning. I wanted to update you because I'm packing to leave town. No books finished that I can like talk to you about, but today, as long as my plans don't get interrupted for reading, I should be finishing Gallant by V.E. Schwab. I also might finish an audiobook today. It's just a short middle grade book, so if I do, I'll tell you about that. My progress in Absolute Brightness is going to be stalled because I'm not going to bring it with me in my backpack because I don't want my backpack to be too heavy. But last night I did start It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover, and I'm now 33% of the way into that. So it's definitely a quick read so far. The first book just caught me off guard because like it had such an important message, and like it's not that this one doesn't have an important message, it's just that now I'm expecting that message. Like I went into It Ends With Us totally not expecting anything. To have any expectations going into this is like kind of setting me up for a bit of a failure. Like I'm still enjoying it, but it's not going to be like the next big thing for me. I'll talk to you later. Good afternoon. I just finished Fast Pitch by Nick Stone. I'm giving it 3.5 stars. I don't think it hit me as much as like Dear Martin and Dear Justice did for a couple of reasons. One, it was a middle grade. I can have some trouble connecting to those as much as like a YA or adult book. Two, it largely centered around sports, and I don't find sports interesting, but I love Nick Stone's writing, and she narrated it too, and I thought she did a fantastic job. And like overall I had a fun time, and it was a quick read, so 3.5 stars. Not my favorite Nick Stone, but still great. Nick Stone still writes great books with lots of representation, and they're all so good and so interesting, and I just love her. That's the review. I love her. It's approaching 1:30 p.m. I just finished Gallant by V.E. Schwab. I'm giving it 2.5 stars. This was a lot more fantastical than I wanted a spooky house book to be. And I really don't have much to say about it other than that. So like, not mad that I gave it a try. Enjoyed V.E. Schwab's writing style. This was, I think, my first V.E. Schwab. Regardless, I know this is not everybody's favorite V.E. Schwab. I'm not like judging V.E. Schwab based on this one book, so never fear V.E. Schwab fans out there. But yeah, not much to say about this, you know. It happened. I just finished the first Rebecca Frank mystery book. That one's called 1-2 He's Coming For You or something like that. And it's, the basic idea is like first serial killer ever in Denmark, I guess. And the main character that we're following is a journalist. It was kind of messy all over the place. A quick read though. I'm giving it 2 stars. I'm like fine continuing the series because I have access to it, but like it wasn't anything special. And like the author just tried to put a lot of different plot into a very short space, which made it kind of confusing at times. I finished that. I've been reading it for the past 3 days for my ebook for the 75 hard reading challenge, but that's on that. I'm just finishing things today. All these books. Ending. Surprise, it's actually Monday, so I think I got a few fun clips of what this weekend was like, but basically I visited my undergrad college to see the musical for the weekend, so I got to hang out with friends. Harris came over, I got to see him, went on a beach walk, played games, hung out. It was a good time, ate good food. Now I'm back. I did not get like any reading done while I was gone, so no updates there. So that's the end of this vlog. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and comment down below. Do you read more or less when you're on vacation? And subscribe for more reading, writing, and college lifestyle content. And until next time, bye humans, bye!